The humid air hung heavy with the scent of jasmine and Singer beer. The night market was alive with the chatter of vendors and the clinking of glasses. People moved through the narrow lanes, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns. The air was thick, almost tangible, wrapping around us like a warm, fragrant blanket. The sounds of laughter and conversation mingled with the distant hum of traffic, creating a symphony of urban life. Neon signs painted the street in lurid hues. Reds, blues and greens flickered and danced, casting an otherworldly glow on the bustling street below. Each sign seemed to tell a story, a promise of adventure or a hint of mystery. The lights reflected off the wet pavement, creating a kaleidoscope of colors that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of the city. It was a scene straight out of a dream, surreal and captivating. She was beautiful, a whirlwind of long black hair and kohl-rimmed eyes. Her presence was magnetic, drawing me in with an irresistible force. In the dim lighting of the nightclub, her features were accentuated, giving her an almost ethereal quality. She moved with a grace that was both effortless and mesmerizing, her eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that sent a shiver down my spine. It was as if she could see right through me, reading my thoughts and emotions with a single glance. We met in a haze of tequila shots and thumping club music. The bass reverberated through the floor, making it impossible to stand still. We danced, our bodies moving in sync with the beat, lost in the moment. The world outside ceased to exist, and it was just the two of us, caught in a whirlwind of sound and sensation. The tequila burned as it went down, but it only added to the euphoria, making everything seem more vivid, more real. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the gauzy curtains, revealing a stranger beside me. The room was bathed in a soft golden light, casting long shadows on the walls. I blinked, trying to piece together the events of the night before. Her face was peaceful, a stark contrast to the whirlwind of emotions that raged within me. The reality of the situation began to sink in, and I felt a pang of regret mixed with curiosity. Who was she, and how had we ended up here? Her name, if she even gave me her real one, was lost in the haze. The details of our conversation were a blur, fragments of words and laughter that seemed to float just out of reach. I tried to recall her voice, her smile, but it was like grasping at smoke. The room felt suddenly too small, the air too thick. I needed to get out, to clear my head and make sense of the chaos that had unfolded. I felt a strange mix of exhilaration and emptiness. The night had been a whirlwind of excitement, a break from the monotony of everyday life. But now, in the cold light of day, I was left with more questions than answers. The city outside the window was waking up, its streets filling with people going about their daily routines. I watched them, feeling like an outsider looking in. The night in Bangkok had been unforgettable, but it had also left me with a lingering sense of longing, a desire for something more. As I sat there, lost in thought, I couldn't help but wonder what the future held and whether I would ever see her again.
The human brain is wired for pleasure. From the moment we are born, our brains are constantly seeking out experiences that bring us joy and satisfaction. This quest for pleasure is deeply embedded in our neural pathways, influencing our behaviors and decisions in profound ways. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with reward and pleasure, floods our system during sex. This powerful chemical messenger plays a crucial role in the brain's reward system, reinforcing behaviors that are essential for survival and reproduction. When dopamine is released, it creates feelings of euphoria and pleasure, making us want to repeat the actions that triggered its release. This chemical rush can be intoxicating, driving us to seek out these experiences again and again. The allure of this high can be so strong that it becomes a primary motivator in our lives, influencing our choices and shaping our desires. Whether it's the thrill of a new romantic encounter or the excitement of a passionate moment, the pursuit of pleasure can be a powerful force. For some, casual sex is purely about chasing this high. In the vibrant nightlife scenes of clubs and parties, young adults often seek out these fleeting connections, driven by the desire to experience that dopamine rush. The anonymity and spontaneity of these encounters can add to the excitement, making the pursuit of pleasure even more enticing. It's a way to scratch an itch, to feel alive in the moment without the burden of emotional entanglement. For many, these brief moments of connection offer a sense of freedom and liberation, allowing them to explore their desires without the constraints of a committed relationship. However, this pursuit of pleasure can also lead to feelings of emptiness and longing, as the temporary highs fade and the search for fulfillment continues.
There's a certain allure to the freedom of casual sex. It's a concept that has intrigued many, offering a sense of liberation that traditional relationships sometimes fail to provide. No need for awkward first dates, no need to impress or to worry about the future. It's about living in the moment, enjoying the here and now without the pressure of what comes next. No expectations, no messy breakups. The emotional baggage that often accompanies long-term relationships is absent. It's a clean slate every time, a chance to start fresh without the weight of past mistakes. It's a transaction, a way to explore one's sexuality without the constraints of a relationship. It allows individuals to understand their own desires and boundaries, to learn what they like and what they don't. For those who crave autonomy and variety, casual encounters can feel liberating. It's about the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of meeting someone new, and the freedom to walk away without any strings attached. They can be a way to discover new desires, experiment with different partners, and redefine what intimacy means on a personal level. It's a journey of self-discovery, a way to understand oneself better through the lens of different experiences, and define their own sexual identity. It's about carving out a space where one's sexuality can be fluid and dynamic, not confined by societal norms or expectations. It's about finding joy in the fleeting moments, in the connections that are brief but meaningful. However, it's important to acknowledge that this freedom comes with its own set of challenges. Emotional detachment can sometimes lead to feelings of emptiness or loneliness. The lack of deeper connection might leave one yearning for something more substantial. It's a delicate balance, finding the right mix of freedom and connection. For some, casual sex is a phase, a way to explore before settling down. For others, it's a lifestyle choice, a way to maintain independence while still enjoying the pleasures of intimacy. Ultimately, the allure of fleeting freedom lies in its ability to offer a taste of something different, a break from the norm. It's a reminder that there are many ways to experience love and connection, each valid in its own right. Whether it's a temporary escape or a long-term preference, the freedom of casual sex is a testament to the diverse ways we seek and find fulfillment in our lives.
The initial rush fades, the dopamine high recedes, leaving a void. What remains is often a hollow echo, a silent reminder. The stranger beside you is gone, leaving behind a tangled mess of sheets and a lingering sense of unease and regret. This is the dark underbelly of casual sex, the emotional hangover that no amount of ibuprofen can cure or alleviate.